Out in the tropics, two spots. That's the Hurricane Beryl, now a Cat 5. And our wave back here behind it, yesterday at this time had a 70% chance for development, now down to a 40% chance for development. We'll watch it as it moves on to the west on the heels of Beryl, who now has winds sustained at 160 miles an hour. So it is a Cat 5 hurricane, an extraordinarily rare event in and of itself. But this is also the earliest that we've ever measured a Cat 5 in the season. The old record was July 16th with Emily in 2005. Now it will be Beryl in 2024 on July the 1st that we get our first Cat 5 hurricane of the season. The storm is just incredibly well organized. And one thing I noted over the past 6 hours, you can see this, but watch, I'll point it out. So notice how the eye has shrunk in diameter as it's gone along over the past 6 hours. 6 hours ago, the diameter was 20 miles. Now the diameter is 15 miles. That shrinking of the eye, think of these storms as an ice skater spinning, and then when they pull their arms in, that's like the eye getting smaller, that diameter gets smaller. It's the conservation of angular momentum. When that eye gets tighter, the storm spins faster, and so we're up to 160 miles an hour. Why is the storm so strong? It's completely unsheared. It's standing up straight up and down. There's no vertical shear to tilt it over and disrupt the circulation. We've got plenty of warm water, and so you have a storm that is just in a perfect spot to develop into a Cat 5. Wind shear, mid and upper level winds blowing across the storm will tilt it. That will disrupt circulations and reduce wind speed, and that is exactly what is forecast to happen. Here's the storm now in an unsheared environment, standing straight up and down through the vertical column of the atmosphere, and so we've got perfect conditions for it to strengthen. But as it moves west, it's going to encounter this area. This is wind shear. These are an area where we have winds that will blow across the storm and tilt it, and that will disrupt the circulation, and it will weaken the storm. And that's why when you see the forecast track from the Hurricane Center, and this is the 10 o'clock update, you know, it's Cat 5 now. It drops to Cat 3 by Wednesday, begins to encounter a little bit of that shear, drops to Cat 2 Wednesday, Thursday. By Thursday night, it's down to Cat 1 before making landfall on the Yucatan near Tulum, we think, and then into the Gulf as a tropical storm. Passing over the Yucatan will also weaken the storm further, so that puts a tropical storm in the south central Gulf going into Saturday. If this forecast verifies, again, Houston would have minimal impacts. We would see a better chance for scattered showers. We'd have an onshore breeze. We'd have a rip current threat. We'd have some beach erosion. We might see some minor coastal flooding at high tide, but that would be about the worst of it. These forecast tracks can change, so we will be watching this like a hawk the rest of this week and into the weekend. Watch the weather forecast at least once a day so no one gets caught off guard in case that forecast decides to change. Tomorrow